Professor Fargues, how does the takeover of a large amount of territory by the militant group Islamic State of Iraq and Sham affect the Syrian refugee crisis?
Well, the emergence of, let us say, Jihadistan on the eastern part of Syria and the western part of Iraq is currently taking place. Is it a state, as it claims to be, or is it more anarchy? What is certain is that it is an extremely chaotic situation. It is too soon to know what will happen, if it will transform into a real state or not. But certainly it has already implications at 4 levels. First, in Syria itself. In Syria itself, ISIS is perceived by many as a group of foreign fighters with little or no roots in Syria. They entirely control now the region of Raqqa, which is northeastern of Syria. We also know that they had the allegiance of local leaders, of traditional leaders, but we don't know anything about the people, how the people react to these foreign fighters. Perhaps there will be further displacements in the area under the control of ISIS today. The second level is the border between Syria and Iraq. That border is locked today because ISIS controls both sides of the border, Abu Kemal in Syria and Al-Qaim in Iraq. And no one can pass through this border today. So it hampers the flows of refugees between the two countries. The third consequence is in Iraq itself. As we know, Iraq is an important country of first asylum for Syrian refugees. The vast majority of them are in the Kurdistan region, but a small number are also in the region under the control of ISIS. We don't know what happens in this region for the refugees today. We know that those in the Kurdish part of Iraq are probably in safety today because they are defended by the Peshmerga, who are the armed force of the Kurdish region of Iraq, and much more efficient than the Iraqi army to fight against ISIS. Most probably, if something like an independent Kurdistan emerges in Iraq, most probably the Syrian refugees, the vast majority of whom are Kurdish themselves, will stay in Iraq. And the fourth level, which I think we should consider also, is the regional level. If something like an international coalition against ISIS emerges, that coalition could at a point appear to strengthen the Syrian regime, because ISIS is also claiming at least that it fights the Syrian regime. And then within Syria itself, that could trigger a new spiral of state repression and population displacement.